and he's been denied parole many times. And recently, about a month ago, he was granted parole to be released from prison, and as of a few days ago, he is in a halfway house in New Jersey. I'm gonna tell you guys a story, but a story very different than the ones I normally tell you here, about something that happened 45 years ago in a town next to the one where I grew up. And as a kid, me and my friends would always pass by this house and we'd always be scared of the house, like Freddy Krueger. You remember that scary house he lived in? And we knew what happened inside that house, and we always wondered how people could still live there today. And wait until you guys hear this story.
Hi, I'm Danny Aiello. I live in this town, small town in New Jersey, safe with my family. We choose not to believe unthinkable acts of violence can touch us in our communities. But for many of us who moved away from the big cities like my family and I and settled into suburban towns, we are faced with the reality that violence still exists. Anywhere, in any town, to anyone. It was in this small community on Thanksgiving weekend, 1976, that something horrific happened. Something no one could have ever imagined. Young Harry De La Roche Jr. returned home from the Citadel Military Academy for Thanksgiving break and murdered his entire family in cold blood. His father, Harry Sr., his mother, Mary Jane, and his younger brothers, Ronnie and Eric, all shot dead at point blank range. Harry Jr. claimed he was abused and tortured his entire life, and he just wanted the pain to end. It appeared to be an open and shut case. Harry Jr. was tried and ultimately convicted. But after the arrest, a new account came to light. Harry Jr. said, and still maintains to this day, that his confession was given under duress. He admits to murdering his brother Ronnie in a fit of rage after discovering his brother Ronnie murdered the entire family. Harry De La Roche Jr. resides today in Southwood State Prison in Bridgeton, New Jersey, where he is serving 4 consecutive life sentences.
Hey, Harry.
How you doing, John?
Nice seeing you again today. Here, have a seat.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us down.
You're welcome.
So why did you shoot Ronnie?
Anger, temporary insanity. I don't know what you want to call it. It was just like snapped.
Now, the craziest part about that story is Harry has been in prison in New Jersey for all these years, and he's been denied parole many times. And recently, about a month ago, he was granted parole to be released from prison, and as of a few days ago, he is in a halfway house in New Jersey. Now, upon me releasing this video, this is the first time that people are going to hear the news that he's out of prison. And the reason why I know about this is because I'm friends with the director of the original documentary, John Dosher, who also owns the rights to Harry's story because there was a book written many years ago as well. And he found out before all the press and anybody else. And he told me about it because me and him may be working on a project on the story of Harry, and especially now that he's released from prison. And it could be a feature film. We're gonna see how things work out, but it could be something that's gonna happen. And we've been discussing those details. So he's been sharing the details about Harry with me. And the reason why, this story is the one that grabs me the most is because there's a lot of aspects to it. Okay. And it's been with me since I was a kid because I grew up so close to where it happened. And Danny Aiello, he had a few houses down from me, who was in that original documentary. He's, God rest his soul, great actor. He was in The Godfather, many, many other movies. And he was somebody I looked up to growing up. And it's a story that has haunted so many of us who grew up in this area, because it's like a story I can relate to. The kid was bullied really, really bad in school. He was sent to military school, and I think he just had turned 18. Because of the bullying, he went to his house, murdered his entire family. And it has a twist to it, because when the murders actually happened, he was stopped by police leaving the house. And he originally admitted to the murders. But later he changed his story and said, he went in the house, he saw his whole family dead, one brother alive. He killed that brother, and he changed his story, to that, and he still maintains that story till this day. So he's saying he didn't do it. He killed the brother that killed his whole family. But I have questions, because why would he drive off and not call the police that, his whole family got killed and he killed the brother? And then also, that brother's body was found in the attic of that house. And it's crazy. The whole story is crazy. He's out 45 years later. What is the town going to think? What are people going to think? He's older now. I think he's 65 years old. He hasn't seen the world since he was 17, 18 years old. And I also remember, too, you guys know I love Mustangs and Shelbys. It's what I've worked on since I was a kid. It's what I collect. And he actually had one. Don't forget, this is a bullied kid, right? And he had one when he went to high school. And he worked at a gas station to save all his money to get that Shelby. And the kids couldn't believe, this nerd driving around town with this cool car. Well, he loved that car more than anything. And one morning he wakes up and the car is destroyed, all vandalized from the kids, because they were jealous that he had that car and not them. And it hurt him, and it was just part of his bullying story among all the other things they did to him. So I could relate to that story because of his love for Mustangs, the bullying. But to think that this would happen in that house, you would never think somebody would actually do that. So now Harry is released to the halfway house in Jersey. I may be going down with John to the halfway house and giving his first interview since he was in prison. If you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments. And then also, the original documentary, which hasn't been seen in many years, is going to be re-released on Amazon. And as soon as I have information on that, I'll give it to you guys. And then as far as the feature film, future documentary, or anything that I'm involved in, I'm going to keep you guys posted, because I know you guys have been waiting for me to actually do something that's not just YouTube videos. And I always said it has to be a story that grabs me. There's a lot of aspects to the story that I'm not even telling you guys now. And let's see what happens. Also, if you guys want to see me take a drive to that house, like I did the car videos, I'll take you on a drive and I'll show you that house, because it's still today. And I don't understand how anyone could live in it. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys like this. I know it's a very different kind of video, but it's something that, again, has always grabbed me since I was a kid. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. This guy, 45 years later, is out on the streets.